So thank you so much for your time. Let's just talk about the 2023 edition of the Champions League returning to Durban as well. South Africa's always been a fine host of this tournament.
Yes, absolutely. And Mamelodi Sundowns is again on the way to the final. We hope they make it and they hope they win it again. They will have to go back to the CAF Champions League and win it, hopefully. So yeah, it's a grind. It's a grind, but they have to get the result today.
You know, off air we were talking about the building blocks of our football and just how everything feeds into the national team right now. We saw the exploits of Banyana Banyana at FIFA World Cup, but not just them, Africa as a whole, the African teams. I mean, how big are these kinds of tournaments in just the bigger picture of the growth of women's football?
Well, I think COSAFA and Southern Africa has done extremely well. We are 2 teams out of 4 in the World Cup. And we had 3 teams out of the 4 in the finals stages. And South Africa, Morocco and Nigeria has done us all proud and be in the last 16. And now we have seen the growth of women's football and the expression of confidence in women's football on our continent. And we will continue. And if you look at the other countries and how we managed to close the gap in women's football, then you'll know that we think we're on the right path.
Let's just talk about now, obviously, the biggest project that SAFA has now undertaken, the World Cup bid for 2027.
Yeah. Well, the World Cup bid is part of the process to build a team, of course, leading up to 2027. We have seen this World Cup team has performed very well, but we have to recognize that some of the players are beginning to get to the end of their career, and so we must rebuild the team and strengthen it. And looking forward to hosting of the World Cup in 2027. And that is what we've been doing. Today we had a meeting with the leaders of KZN, presenting the bid and putting all the proposals before them. And I think they were impressed. We now have to continue to present it and see where we end up.
And before I let you go, Mr. President, just going back to now the CAF Champions League, how much are we learning from other countries when you look at the Champions League final last year? It was with ASFA, you know, from Morocco. And yes, we saw the exploits in the national team, but how much are we learning from other teams in terms of just their facilities, how they are approaching football, and just how they are growing and nurturing it?
Well, if you look at Morocco and South Africa, then you'll see that both in terms of the Champions League as well as the national teams, that these are the 2 giants for women's football on the continent. And ASFA has produced many players into the Moroccan team, and so Mamelodi Sundowns has produced many players who are into the national team. And we will have to continue on that. So we have to get back to grassroots again and start the building block and to build a new national team.
Thank you so much, Mr. President.
Good, thanks.